Hello everybody, this is Rockhound and welcome to Snapshot 13W01A. And this is the first snapshot of 2013 and they've done a really good job packing it full of all kinds of really cool features. Now I'm in my test world here and I'm in creative mode right now. I'll probably swap over to survival to show a couple things in just a minute, but I wanted to give an in-depth review of all of the new features and items in this snapshot, as well as show a couple of the cool little uses that I've come up with just messing around with it for a little while. So let's look over here, and this is the one of the first really nice features of this snapshot. And I don't know whether this was just a accidental side effect of this or not, but there's a new type of chest, and you can see this is a standard chest here. This is a new one right next to it. The visual difference is pretty apparent when they're right next to each other. You see this little red outline around the lock or latch, whatever that is, and that indicates that it is a trapped chest, or a possibly trapped chest. They when they're opened, they output a redstone signal with a strength of the number of people that are looking in it at any one time. So if I open it, it outputs a redstone signal right behind it of 1. If 3 people were looking in it, it would output a redstone signal strength of 3. And the redstone signal strength is something that's new in this snapshot as well, I believe. I think it was either on or off before. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. But in each of these chests I've got one of the new items and how it's made, and we'll just start at the very beginning and go through all of them. So the first one here is a pretty sought after item that's been talked about on the Minecraft forums a lot already. It's the daylight sensor, and here's the crafting recipe for that. It's 3 wooden slabs on the bottom, 3 nether quartz crystals in the center, and then 3 glass on top. And we'll talk about the nether quartz in just a minute. But it makes a daylight sensor. I've got a bunch in my inventory already, which it will output a redstone signal that's strength is based on how much sunlight is shining on it at any point in time. So I think it's pretty bright right now, about midday. So you should get probably the full, I think 15 strength max. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Anyway, and that's picking up just sunlight and generates that signal or that power. Now here's the first little thing I did with that. I always play on hard difficulty on my Let's Play world, and I've got some concern about my villagers getting killed by zombies. And I was thinking, well, they run inside when it's just about dusk, and then in daytime they need to come back outside if you want to have a village. So I've set up here, you can see if I break that, a sticky piston with whatever block would be in front of the door on that, and then with the signal coming in from the daylight sensor there to a repeater to the block, it's inverted, so when it's on, that piston is down. But when it gets about dusk, which I think, let me set the time. No, I think. Okay, now it's about dusk. Let's set it a little bit farther than that, just so we don't have to wait for these guys. Is 14 too much? Uh-oh, yes. Let's try 13. Now they're all worried. They're trying to get inside. There we go. See, even at dusk, I'm still getting a signal. And they're all going to go inside. They are derpy, so they're going to fight and not go when they should. So you may still lose some to zombies if there's a zombie attack. But as soon as the sun is down... Oh, good job. Here we go. Come on. I'm afraid I might need to work on the Oh, there we go. sun is gone, no power. The piston comes up and automatically blocks the door. No zombies are going to get in there, so we'll check on that again later when the sun comes back up. Second really awesome feature of this snapshot is this, a block of redstone, and this is the crafting recipe. It's 9 redstone dust, and that lets you create a block of redstone which generates power just like a redstone torch, but it can be moved and pushed around by pistons and maintains its power on state. So anything that comes against it's going to be powered just like a redstone torch was there. It's also a really awesome looking building material. If I could select it. The first thing I tried was making a pyramid for a beacon out of them, see if they counted, but they don't. I also did this. This was a test area from a different tutorial I did to see what kind of blocks, see if monsters could spawn on upside down half slabs and stairs, and they can. But they can indeed spawn on top of this, so it's counted as a solid block. Let's go over here and explore some of the uses of this. This is just a quick trial mock-up. It does power powered rails, which can be placed down on top of them. So we'll leave that. That gets kind of annoying if I start messing with it. Now this is a little contraption I built, and there's other ways to do this that use repeaters and stuff, and I did this just for fun. And because they're powered, I created a kind of little figure 8 loop here with sticky pistons in these blocks. So as soon as I throw one there, it should start the... No. I think... 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they're all there. I think this just stalled out because I was disconnected. So I'm going to power one of these pistons, and it should start the cycle, I believe. Oops. Wrong side, perhaps. Okay, now let's go up in the air and look at this. So you can see as the blocks get pushed around, they're powering the piston there going behind, and this one here gets shoved back and forth. So it's either powering alternatingly. It alternates whether it powers this one or this one, and this light is getting powered when it's shoved over here. So it's flickering like I don't know, like some kind of signal light in the distance. And it's all done mechanically with pistons and these new redstone blocks, which is kind of fun. We'll leave that alone for now and go ahead and look at our next item in the snapshot, which is this. It doesn't have a graphic in inventory yet. It's just listed as WIP, work in progress. This is the recipe for it. 5 smooth stone in kind of this Y pattern with a chest in the middle. And I've got several of these placed all over. Okay, so I have some hoppers over here, and you can see they will pull. They act as a transfer mechanism to pull stuff out of a chest and place it into a chest or another item like a furnace. And I think these are both empty right now. I was experimenting with the furnace, and it's not quite fully functional yet, I believe, unless there's some kind of mechanism to determine what areas in the furnace things go into. It's not going to work for that. It'll just be something that goes into chests, because if I put coal here, it goes into the hopper and then gets put into the furnace, but you see it goes into the wrong spot. So let me pull those out of there. Now you can kind of automate smelting of things. Let me grab a bunch of iron ore. You can see what I'm talking about. It does take some babysitting though, which is kind of the whole point in having a hopper, is that you can have some automated processes that are going on. So this will go into the top slot. Now if I just leave this, it will go here, and then it will go in and fill up the fuel slot as well. But since right now it's starting to load up, I can go over here, put in a bunch of coal, and it will automatically feed into this bottom slot and fill that up. And I could fill this up with iron, this up with coal, and it would keep going and in this manner until this gets to 64. I think you can't pull out of the furnace yet because it will start pulling stuff from here first, so it'll be taking the inputs out, not the output, if that makes sense. I have been playing with the... I'm going to go stop this over here so we don't have to listen to it. I've been playing with the... what is this called? The chest cart. And it will actually accept stuff from the hopper as it goes by. So that's kind of fun. Let's throw some stone in there. See if there's anything in it right now. There are some things. But let's get this going, and you can see... Alright, I'm going to click on it as it goes by here. You can just watch. It goes by so fast it doesn't always get one, but most of the time it does. Now it's not that easy to get a chest cart like this. Is that really what those are called? Wait, one second. What are they called? Mine cart with chest. It's not easy to get one of those to unload from a hopper. Somebody that knows rail stuff might be able to do it better. But if you can stop right on top of it and have a chest below it, it will actually transfer to the chest. So let me throw a chest below it, and you can see right away. See, it's taking, right now it's loading from the top hopper there into the minecart with the chest into this hopper, which should go, the hoppers are a little iffy. That's why they're a work in progress. See, it's not pointing to the right spot. They have to, there's an output, and it's not going into the chest right now for some reason. Let's try it. Let's try it like this. Anything? I got this to work before. It's just being finicky right now for some reason. Perhaps because the cart's up there. Come on. I can do it. Sorry. There we go. Now if I get it to stop, I think this chest, yeah, the chest is empty the minecart's empty right now because I broke it. But you can see, as long as it's sitting on top of it without the rail, it is unloading. So that is possible. You may need to figure out some way to then get it kicked back onto the rail. So that's a hopper. I was experimenting with a couple things here, which didn't work. Ignore that. Which may lead us to the... Oh, you can see that block went down when it turned daylight so the villagers could get out. Next item in the snapshot is the trap chest, which we've talked about a little bit here. This is the recipe for it. A chest with a tripwire hook to the left. I think that's a recipe you can put anywhere in the crafting table, but you can't Okay, I'm wrong. As long as it's next to the chest, I guess it will work. I thought it had to be to the left side, but tripwire hook next to a chest gives you a trap chest. The trapped chest, I've got an example up here. People on the forum were wondering what use a single redstone output would be, because it couldn't power anything beyond like the blocks directly behind it and into the side of it. Well, here's one example of a quick trap that I set up that you could have. You open that. Oh, boom! Right down into lava, or just a fall trap. That's really simple. A repeater to block. It's inverted. Power goes back around to this sticky piston below there that has the block sticking out of the bottom. And drop you down into a pit. Now, if you wanted to go even simpler than that, you can just get rid of all of this. That's nothing. There's no redstone involved at all. You can go in here and where is it? Materials, miscellaneous. Ah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Simple trap. Block of TNT behind the trap chest. Now, obviously, that's pretty visible. Oh, I'm falling. Even if you put blocks around it, you're going to have to do something to hide it a little bit. Or just keep it in a dark spot. If you had the chest, maybe you had a, let's see, what would I do here? Have like a, a reverse stair there. So you could open it still, but it looks like a nice solid block. Oh, what's that hissing sound? Boom. There you go. Simple trap with the trap chest. Couple of them. Now let's move on to the next item in this snapshot. Let me come back to that one. That one's a little confusing. So we'll go to this one, which is a nether brick. Of course, we already have nether brick, but now you can manufacture it with these actual nether bricks, and you get those by oh, see, that's a problem with that hopper. I'm gonna bust it. By smelting netherrack. We'll give you one of these nether bricks. Just like that. You take those to a crafting table, put them in 4, just like regular bricks, and they give you a nether brick block. Pretty cool. You can make those now and have a use for all that netherrack that you've got sitting around. Next thing. This is really cool. Okay, there are 2 new pressure plates. A weighted pressure plate light and a weighted pressure plate heavy. Over here, those give a variable strength of a redstone signal based on how many items are on the pressure plate. So the light one gives 1 strength for every 4. So let's see. What do I have in my inventory here that will work? Perfect. All right. So if I do, you get a signal on either one of them for the first thing that dropped. So even on the heavy, you get a signal, and on the light, you get 1 for 1. Now if I throw down 4 more after that, it goes up to 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should go to 3. So on, so forth, all the way up to a strength of those not sitting on it. Maybe there's a little bit of variability in there. Well, all the way up to a signal strength of 15. The heavy, I believe, will give you 1 signal strength for every 32 that drops on it. Let's throw a whole stack down there. We should get 2. Okay, and another whole stack. Oh, move back just a tad. Another stack should give us 4. If I could get it onto the pressure plate. Again, it seems like perhaps I don't know if the math is a little off on those or something. I don't know. Maybe my throwing's just off. And stuff's hanging off the edge. Anyway, that should give you... We're starting to see the makings of a full distribution network that we can manage. We can manage all of our item drops from mob farms and everything else with different levels of power based on what's there, and we should be able to hook these up to our new minecart distribution thing with the hoppers and exciting stuff. Next on the list, okay, I'm going to come back now to this redstone comparator. This is the crafting recipe. 3 smooth stone in the bottom, redstone torches in kind of a little pyramid shape with a nether quartz in the center. Now that we've talked about nether quartz a couple times, I'll take a look at this. I'm going to go to survival mode. And this is a new nether quartz ore that's going to be found in new areas in the nether that are spawned. I think you'll have to go to an unexplored area in the nether for this to have a chance of spawning. When you break it, you have a chance of, you get some experience just like coal. And you get those nether quartz. To make some of these new items, you'll need those. Okay. Where did it go? Here it is. I'll just grab this one. What this does is lets you compare the strength of 2 redstone signals. And that's kind of a hard concept to grasp, especially if you haven't done any kind of programming or advanced redstone structures. I'm kind of so on my redstone stuff. Let's take a look at this and see. I'm back, and then I think you'll see pretty quickly why I decided to leave this to one of the last things we talked about in the snapshot. I figured it would be best to show the use of this with some of the other items from the snapshot. These, what's the official name? Weighted pressure plate light. So the comparator compares 2 signals. This is like A, this is B. And if A is equal to or more than the signal strength of A, then this signal strength will equal this. So, for example, I think I've got this now. If you throw down, I'm going to throw down 2, 3, 4 blocks. So that should have a signal strength of 2, or I think 2 going into this. And if I throw down why did it work that way? The more I throw down, the more that... Okay, so these must not be on there all the way or something. Yeah, this is it's a little flaky, these pressure plates, whether stuff is on them or not. Let's try it again. So, gonna throw down 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, come over here. Throw down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that must have the same signal strength as 6. If I throw another one down over here, it should shut off. Maybe 2 more, so it's not the same. Maybe it's, again, those pressure plates, something's a little bit off about them. But that's the way it's supposed to work. If this signal strength is equal to or greater, then that output will equal whatever this strength is. There is another way to do that where you can make it this output equal what is it? This output minus whatever this is. So if this was, here, I'll show you how that you can set that up. You can attach another comparator here. I don't know why you have to attach 2. You just do. As far as I can tell, I don't know if switching this on and off actually does anything. But with 2 comparators, if this was supposedly 5 strength and this was 10, the output here would be 5, because it would take 10 minus 5 and output 5. So good luck with that. Maybe we'll see, I'm sure we'll see some of these guys that can make big computers with redstone will get a lot of use out of these. I don't see myself personally using them a lot, unless there's some contraptions that I just haven't thought of it at the time, which I'm sure there are. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about in the snapshot is actually not a new item, but a new game mechanic, which is going to make a huge difference, I think, in the way everybody plays the game, at least as far as managing their inventory. So there's been some new control added, which is, first of all, let me just get rid of a bunch of this junk out of my inventory. Yes, go away. All right. First cool thing, pick up a stack of items, and now if I left click, I'm going to hold the left mouse button down and just drag in an inventory window. It automatically divides however much of that stack can go into each of those areas. So if I wanted to divide this stack of cobble into 4 areas, into these 4 blocks, I just click and drag 16 blocks. Super easy, make a huge difference, which leads me to the next inventory management feature, which is if you double click on any item, it will automatically pick up as much of that as it can out of that window. So if I double click, say, this netherrack right here, it sucked up all the other netherrack until it made a stack of 64. You can do that with a cobblestone. It will actually it'll cross over inventory. It'll cross over inventory, like between your chest and your inventory. It will pull them out of both to make a full stack. If you're holding a stack and you right click and drag, it will just put 1 in each of the windows, or each of the areas. Pick up the full stack, and a really good example of where you'd use this would be crafting. I'm gonna left click. I could just right click, drag, and there. I don't have to click for each one. I just, by right clicking and dragging, have placed 1 in each of those windows. I'm gonna pick up the whole stack again by double clicking. This time I'm gonna left click and drag. Super fast and easy. I could make 8 furnaces. Shift left click, drops it into your inventory just like it always has. And that, what? You just watching? That's gonna make I think a big difference in keeping your stuff organized. So I could really quickly just do that. Then every time I open this chest, I'll just shift click netherrack, it dumps it in there. If I want to pick up stone, if I want to do that with stone, right click, drag, 1 in each of those areas. There we go. Okay, so I think that covers everything in the Snapshot 13 W01A. Thank you for watching. If this was helpful at all, give me a like or thumbs up. Come over and check out my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/rockhoundgames. I've got lots of Let's Play episodes and multiplayer, single player, do adventure maps with some of my friends, and you know, other gameplay videos, as well as some giveaways and stuff. So come check it out. See some of the stuff I'm working on. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.